And welcome back. You're watching Good Morning Jacksonville on this Tuesday morning. It's time now for your power block of nonstop news. We have new details concerning the president's administration and his son. Now the Senate Intelligence Committee is looking to speak with Donald Trump Jr. after his meeting with a Russian lawyer during the campaign last year. Now that lawyer has ties to the Kremlin and said that she had information about Hillary Clinton. But now the New York Times reports that Trump Jr. was sent an email before that meeting saying that the material he would receive was a part of a Russian government effort to influence the election. But the White House denies any collusion. NBC News has an exclusive interview with that Russian lawyer who met with Trump Jr. You're going to hear much more about this coming up at 7 o'clock on The Today Show.
All right, also breaking from overnight as you're going to bed, we know a military plane crashed in the Mississippi Delta. We know 16 have died, and the details from there, well, that's just about all we can really nail down, at least from the military's perspective. Alex Osada has been following this all night and into the morning hours as well, trying to figure out the details because so many different variables can lead to something like this happening. You think first of mind would be weather conditions, and we know throughout the southeast there were storms, but over that much further west, not as bad. Actually, you were saying you're looking at some clear skies.
Yeah, clear skies, about 3-mile-an-hour winds or so. But right. The thing that we want to talk about, think of air traffic as big highways in the sky. And over that part of Mississippi, there's not a whole lot of traffic, not a very busy airspace. But those planes tend to go towards the Gulf. They go towards New Orleans, and that appears just the direction that this plane was going in. But you can take a look at some of the video from the scene here, aerials of that C-130 that had crashed. It's a C-130 tanker, so it carries roughly 13,000 gallons of fuel, and that makes it a very dangerous situation for those on the ground trying to clean it up. And you can see those flames very high at that point. The Marine Corps actually tweeting out that there had been, quote, a mishap with one of their C-130 planes. Now, it led to 16 deaths, possibly, Lou, 16 Marines. Now, here's what emergency management out in Mississippi had to say late last night.
We don't want nobody out there. You have fuel everywhere, so we don't want anybody without responders in the area or tampering around in the area.
Officials do expect to have another briefing later this afternoon, hopefully, to get some more answers to this.
And I know the FBI out there right now investigating as well, and as we know, the sun's coming up, so we'll learn a lot more with some daylight. Thank you, Alex. A tragic story there as well. 6:49 is your time for your top local stories here. Charges pending after a deadly crash in the Oak Leaf Plantation area Monday. An 8-year-old boy died after two cars collided at the intersection of Argyle Forest and Oak Leaf Plantation Parkway. A car that the 8-year-old was in was turning left when it was hit by another vehicle. A 9-year-old and a 28-year-old woman were also hurt here. A jury selection will continue today in the trial against a man who was arrested in connection to the shooting death of a child. Prosecutors say Maurice Mobley brought a gun into a home and an 8-year-old picked it up before accidentally shooting two other children. A 5-year-old in this case named Serenity Allen died after the shooting. Well, banding together now to save lives. Look at this, pretty incredible photos of teamwork. This out of Panama City Beach. Beachgoers formed a human chain there to rescue as many as 8 people who were caught up in the rip currents there Saturday. Each swimmer was pulled to shore by those bystanders. What a line there. Several had to be taken to the hospital, but what a great sign of humanity. Well, former Jacksonville Sun Giancarlo Stanton could not recreate magic in Miami last night, but he did just fine last year. I think he was due a little bit of a break. He was not out in the first round of the Home Run Derby, opening it up for New York Yankee Aaron Judge to put on a show and win the 2017 Home Run Derby. The Yankees are now the first team to have 4 winners of home run derbies. He did not come close to Stanton's record, who hit 61. Judge hit 47 homers last night compared to the 61 Stanton hit last year. However, Aaron Judge did put one out 513 feet, which would have just about hit Miami International Airport from the stadium there. Pretty long shot.
Yeah, you're impressed with that. I'm impressed with this. Check this out. look outside this morning. Jacksonville Beach. Oh my gosh, it is gorgeous. Check this out if you have the time. I know you're rushing to get ready for work, but it really is a gorgeous sight to see on this beautiful Tuesday morning. We're going to turn things over right now to our storm expert, Mike Prangley. He has a quick look at what we can expect for the rest of the day. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning. And today, it's more about the beautiful sunshine out there, because as we look at our Jacksonville Beach summer camp forecast, no rain to worry about, and the difference maker is that nice fresh east to southeast breeze. So what that's doing is it's blowing the main storm zone well inland, so it's going to be tough to squeeze out much rain whatsoever as you head through the rest of Duval this afternoon. In fact, look at these highs back in the lower 90s, so we're used to that. But what's different about today is we've got much lower chances of rain. By 2-3 o'clock, just a 40% chance of a brief pop-up storm. And those storms will be long gone by the time you drive home. And for the jumbo shrimp in Biloxi, the Milwaukee Brewer farm team coming to town here. 80 degrees, southeast winds at 10, so we'll have a nice breeze out there at a beautiful ballpark. Take it all in. And then as we look at our precision forecast, yes, the best chance of rain, and this is very spotty, out toward McClenny by 4 o'clock, Stark, quick shower, 5 o'clock, then Lake City at 6 p.m. And you can see as we look at this forecast, this is a much different pattern. High pressure building to the south, and this will be controlling our weather. It looks like the rest of the week. That tropical wave we were watching moving toward the Bahamas stays towards South Florida, and then the main storm zone stays into western Florida. Tampa, back in toward areas of Tallahassee and the Gulf Coast. Those are the areas that will see the bigger storms for the next several days. In fact, as we look at the next 3 days, low rain chances. I've got beach days, water slide weather Wednesday, sunshine Thursday, only a 10% chance of a shower. And we'll keep this pattern going. The driest stretch of summer is here to stay, at least through late Sunday. Now let's get to Katie Jeffries, hopefully with more good news in that VyStar Credit Union Traffic Center.
Well, this is your power block of traffic, so let's get right to it. I-10 eastbound starting to get pretty heavy. You've got that normal congestion plus a bit of a sun delay this morning. Very bright sunrise. So that's the eastbound side. That is the westbound side there. And just maybe plan in for that. That congestion's already ramping up. Let's take a look here at your traffic maps to help you out this morning. So you can see from 295 all the way towards downtown. You're just going to kind of be riding the brakes a little bit, but that is to be expected. It always gets congested there in the morning. We did have an accident 95 southbound, that ramp to State Road 9B. No lanes are blocked, but still be careful when you're passing a scene. Also got a report of some debris. Didn't say specifically what it was, but some debris in the roadway on 95 southbound just past Old St. Augustine Road. So just maybe be on the lookout when you pass through that area. Overall, though, your major interstates look like they're moving up to speed. No problems right now on your bridges, but the Buckman Bridge, I see a hint of congestion starting to form. Back to you.
Just a hint. Thank you, Katie. At 6:54, a new push to keep a man's memory alive. 23-year-old Glenn McNeil Jr. died after he was shot during 4th of July celebrations in Jacksonville Beach. Now his loved ones and friends are asking the city to create a memorial to honor McNeil. A petition was posted on change.org to create a permanent memorial there. It's got about 2,400 signatures now, and if you'd like to sign, we do have a link posted on our website, firstcoastnews.com. A former Florida congresswoman going back to court next month. It's in her fight against her federal corruption conviction.
Corrine Brown and her attorney will be back in court on August 7th, arguing for her conviction to be thrown out and asking for a new trial. Now, she was convicted on 18 counts related to fraud back in April. A Jacksonville police officer accused of hitting a teenager in handcuffs will be back in court in August. An attorney for Timothy James says that there was a miscommunication with the court, so James did not show up for his scheduled time yesterday, but that has been resolved. James was also accused of spitting on a man back in April, and JSO is still investigating that case. Well, it's a sign of closure for a Jacksonville family. The family of Joshua Hayes gathered in Mayport last night to lay flowers at the spot where Josh was killed back in 1999. They found out yesterday the man accused in his death may be extradited back to Jacksonville.
That man is named Philip Harkins. He's been living in Britain but lost his extradition battle on Monday. No word yet, though, on when he could be flown back to Jacksonville to face the charges here. Well, thousands of people searching for new jobs in Jacksonville. Check out the line. It formed outside the Legends Center yesterday for the first Amazon job fair. Its new fulfillment center is set to open in August. Amazon's hosting more job fairs tomorrow as well as Friday, and we have information for you on our website right now.
We have a live look. Oh, look at this. It's gorgeous down there right now. This is downtown, as you can see, obviously, Everbank Field. If you're looking for a part-time gig, this may help you out. Everbank Field is hosting a job fair today.
No filter there. They're hoping to fill more than 1,000 positions for things like bartenders, security workers, ticket takers. This all for Jaguars home games and other events in the fall. The job fair will be 4 o'clock this afternoon. They ask you to dress professional. They ask you to bring a pen, so have those things handy. And we are one step closer every day. We're a day closer to the college football season. SEC Media Days continue today. We're going to hear from coaches from Florida and Georgia, as well as Vanderbilt and Mississippi State. And the First Coast Sports Team will have the updates throughout the day and the week as well. All right, Mike Franklin.
Ready for football, that's for sure,
Yeah.
and hopefully ready for some sunshine today.
Definitely.
I mean, we're talking a bright, beautiful Tuesday for most of us. Low chances of rain. Check out that high, low 90s, upper 80s to the beach. Send in those beautiful postcard pics, and we'll share them. Next good chance of rain holds off until late weekend.
We're seeing delays in your typical spots like I-10 eastbound, of course, the Buckman Bridge traveling towards Mandarin, but no major crashes at this point.
And don't go anywhere. The Today Show right now with an exclusive with that Russian attorney in the center of Donald Trump Jr.'s controversy. Stay right there. We're back in a half hour.